Ladies and gents, and the rest. Today I would like to pitch you an idea of how the dungeons should work in my opinion. I'm going to show you what it currently looks like. I'm going to show you why it's bad, and I'm going to give you a suggestion. And just so you know, this video will be linked to the devs, because I have access to the devs, right? And more support this video has, obviously, if I'm making sense. If it's total garbage, like, just let me know, right? But if it works for you and you agree with that and you think it's much better than what we have now, I would like you to, just like it or something, because more support this video has, the more pressure we can put on the devs. So instead of just submitting my feedback, I'm just trying to do it this sneaky, shitty way. That's me, right? So we're going to talk about what's happening now, and then after that I'm going to show you what I want to change, and I'm going to try to keep it to minimum without like completely destroying the whole system and just be like, okay, now it's totally different, now do it this way or that way. Here's what we have now. You go to the dungeon, you click enter the dungeon, you pick a hero, let's say for example it's Thalnos. You begin the dungeon. And with the current deck, it gives you 3 relics, right? You pick one relic. Let's say you don't like all 3 relics. What do you have to do? You got to do it this way. You select the relic, you start the fight. Don't forget, you don't like this relic. So you start the fight. Then you have to surrender. You click finish. What's happening is we need to go to our collection, replace something. We'll talk about how to replace things. So we replace something, then we go back here, we click the dungeon, we do the whole procedure again, we go here, pick the hero. It gives us potentially three different relics, and then if we like something, we take that and we start the run. That is how it works right now. Now, here is the problem. Like, first of all, this system is totally bad, because even if you click on the right relic here, when you kill the first boss, you're gonna get this choice again, right? After you kill the first boss, you get 3 new relics. Usually, it works the way that you start regretting because your very first choice turns out to be worse than it could have been if you knew what these next 3 choices were gonna be. And same thing when you do it third time. So you pretty much have 9 relics, but you can never predict what awaits you in the future after you kill next bosses, right? We can never find the synergy between relics. Not only that, but also yesterday, I was trying to record this video yesterday, but what happened was all 3 of them had to do with Thalnos. The first relic had to do with, like, you deploy a hero and something happens. The second relic was when you deploy a hero, it gives bloodlust everybody around. And the third relic was if your mini costs 4 or 5 gold, and Thalnos costs 4 gold, it's gonna get some bonus. So in other words, these 3 relics could not be changed until these relics would reset, with dailies, because I couldn't replace Thalnos. It was Thalnos deck, and all 3 relics were for Thalnos. So if you don't like them, it's your problem. You're gonna have to go with a terrible relic, which leads us to the question, like, why would we need relics if they never work? And the way you fish for these relics is totally wrong. Like, you have to start the match, surrender, quit the dungeon, replace units, and then hope for the best again. And also sometimes the relics that you have don't even have the minis that would benefit from these relics. Next minus of this system is that as you progress, or pay, or free-to-play, or do whatever you do, this problem never goes away. Even if I'm at level 28, I will have the same problem. I would still have to fish for relics. Next problem, it doesn't make any money to the devs. If you can't do the dungeon and the relics suck, you just don't touch the dungeon until either the good relics show up or until you get higher levels and the difficulty becomes green and you just one-shot everything. That is how it works. So people don't have fun, devs don't make money, everything is bad. Now, let me show you how I see it. It starts the exact same way. We click enter the dungeon, we take a hero, But the hero, the deck is not assembled yet, so the deck doesn't matter. We just click a hero, we say begin the dungeon, or we don't even need begin the dungeon. So when you point at the hero, instead of 3 relics, it takes you to this page. This is the page that you see. Thalnos, and he's 9 relics. Hear me out to the end. Instead of having to hope that we were going to get good relics, we get all 9 right away. And we see we don't have a deck yet, right? We only have a hero, and these 9 relics can attach to this hero. We have refresh button, and we have 9 relics that we can choose from right away. Whether you can pick 1 relic per line, or you can take all 3 relics here, it's like these things are minor, it doesn't matter, we can talk about it. I'm talking about the concept. We're going to take a look at the case where you like these relics right away, right? Something good happened. Let's say we take this, we take, I don't know, this, and for example, this. Now, we have something to work with. Instead of having to rely on luck and hope for the good relic, let's say we have this synergy. What do we do next? We go back to our collection and we start assembling the deck. Bam, bam, stuff like that. So now we have the deck that works with the relics that we have. We go back to the dungeon. Obviously, this is the page with 9 relics, right? And we finally click fight. When we start the first encounter, this is the moment where the deck is locked to this run. Okay? Whether we complete the run or not, the deck is going to be locked. We do it, for those who don't understand, we do it so that people wouldn't change minis between bosses, right? This is the reason why we have to lock the deck. Now, this was a case where you like those 9 relics right away. Now, let's take a look at the case where all the 9 relics are trash. So let's say you get these 9 relics and you don't like them. Or only 1 is good, everything else is garbage, nothing synergizes, you want to change them. You have this refresh button. This refresh button will benefit free-to-play players and the ones who are willing to pay with resources. Everybody gets 1 click per day for free. But if you want more than 1 click per day, you can spend something on it. Let's say any extra click will cost you either Arclight energy, yeah, like that 250 deck slots, yeah. Or you can pay with gold. But the idea is you don't have this state of uncertainty anymore, and you have all 9 relics right away. You have an ability, you have like, if you're a free-to-play player, you have 7, the event lasts 7 days, you have 7 attempts to find the right synergy. When you find one, in my opinion, you should be able to keep that even after you complete the run, but it's up to you if you decide to refresh them automatically every time you complete the dungeon. It's up to you. Again, these things are minor, we can talk about it, but this is the idea. So the way I see it is we will finally be able to have fun because now we have some predictability, something to work with. Number 2, the devs get 1 more source to suck resources out of us, right? So we potentially pay more. And also free-to-play players will be able to roll good relics for themselves. And like I said, if you allow us to keep this set of relics after we complete the run, so we could keep going until the dungeon out-levels us, it will be wonderful. But this is the idea. And right now, the only problem that people might think, that especially the devs, how are we going to roll these relics if there is only hero? The system doesn't know what to roll for. It's going to give you 9 random relics, and what if these 9 random relics are going to be 9 buffs? There will be nothing that, you know, synergizes with anything. It's going to be like, you know, on 50% health, your minis cast Smoke Bomb. On 50% health, your minis cast Bloodlust and stuff like that. What if all 9 relics are going to be like that? Like, where is the algorithm? The algorithm that you can use, these 3 slots for every hero are always going to be the same. So you can take these 3 slots or the family of the hero and use it as the starting point when we roll relics. That is the idea I would like to show. The only problem that I see that the devs might think of is average player will be able to progress on average like much further than where they are now, because now they have relics that work much better together. Right now we can kind of, you know, set up the good synergy. That is the only problem. But again, if no matter how you progress, whether it's quickly or slowly, you get the same amount of resources. You're not going to get more because you can only complete level 23 dungeon once, 24 dungeon once, level 25 dungeon once. So you're not going to get any extra resources. You're just going to get it faster. That's the only minus, and from what I understand, the devs love to slow things down. That is the only problem that I can't solve. But again, for the players, it's not a problem. For the devs, I don't know what they're gonna say. I hope you understand the idea. If you think it's trash, sure, maybe it might be trash, right? But I think it's much better than what we have now. It's way more logical. Thank you very much. That's all.